cops.
You're a cop. I'm an undercover cop. The rules are different.
Every GTA game is a festival in itself. From making our childhood awesome to breaking view count records with just a trailer, GTA games have never failed to create a wave. And where there is success, there will always be imitations. While many games that borrowed the classic GTA formula faded into oblivion, some survived or even thrived by adding their own unique twists to the formula. And in today's video, we will be counting down every GTA clone out there that is actually awesome and worth playing even today. But before we get started, like this video and subscribe to our channel for more gaming goodness. Now, let's begin. Sleeping Dogs, 2012. Sleeping Dogs isn't just a GTA clone, it's a love letter to Hong Kong action cinema with a soulful story and gameplay that still feels fresh. Originally conceived as True Crime, Hong Kong by Activision, the project was cancelled due to budget and quality concerns. Square Enix then acquired the rights and, with United Front Games at the helm, reinvented it as Sleeping Dogs. Set against the neon-drenched backdrop of Hong Kong, you play as Wei Shun, a determined undercover cop tasked with infiltrating and dismantling the notorious triads. While it shares GTA's open-world structure, freedom, and vehicular mayhem, Sleeping Dogs distinguishes itself with a deep, fluid martial arts combat system. Inspired by classic Hong Kong action films, the gameplay emphasizes hand-to-hand brawling, parkour-like movements, and environmental takedowns that deliver a cinematic punch. The narrative is a compelling mix of loyalty, betrayal, and personal redemption, as Wei navigates the blurred lines between law enforcement and organized crime. Graphically, the game captures the bustling, atmospheric energy of Hong Kong, from its vibrant street markets to its striking nightscapes. These elements combine to create an immersive, adrenaline-fueled experience that not only echoes the GTA formula, but also elevates it with culturally rich storytelling and innovative mechanics. Saints Row 2, 2008. Developed by Volition and published by THQ, Saints Row 2 emerged just a couple of years after the original Saints Row and was designed to expand upon its predecessor's open-world formula. While it still drew comparisons to Grand Theft Auto for its sprawling urban sandbox and focus on vehicular mayhem, Saints Row 2 took the genre further with a wild, humor-infused twist. Set in the fictional city of Stillwater, an expanded, spirited playground inspired by Detroit, the game follows the boss, who awakens from a 5-year coma to find the once feared 3rd Street Saints in disarray. Rival gangs and a corrupt corporate giant, the Ulter Corporation, have taken over the streets, prompting the protagonist to rebuild the gang and reclaim lost territory. Gameplay is where Saints Row 2 truly shines. Its respect system, earned through engaging side activities and chaotic minigames, fuels mission progression and character customization. The freedom to personalize everything from your character's appearance and vehicles to the very essence of your gang, combined with a dynamic, living city filled with reactive NPCs, makes Stillwater feel uniquely alive. Graphically, while it may not boast the hyper-realism of later titles, Saints Row 2's stylized visuals and improved engine deliver an experience that's both nostalgic and distinct. This blend of open-world action, outrageous humor, and deep customization sets Saints Row 2 apart as a GTA-inspired game that truly evolved the formula. Watch Dogs 2, 2016. If Grand Theft Auto taught us to love chaos, Watch Dogs 2 teaches us to weaponize Wi-Fi. Set in a vibrant, satirical take on San Francisco, this 2016 sequel ditches the grim tone of its predecessor for a neon-lit hacking spree against Silicon Valley's corrupt tech giants. You play as Marcus Holloway, a charismatic hacker framed by the city's surveillance system, CTOS 2.0, who joins the hacktivist group DedSec to expose corporate greed and data exploitation exploitation. The game's development began in 2014 as Ubisoft Montreal and its partners took player feedback from the first Watch Dogs to heart. The team aimed to create a more believable world and dedicated significant research trips to California to accurately capture the lively spirit of the San Francisco Bay Area. They overhauled the driving mechanics, handled by Ubisoft Reflections, and consulted real-life hackers to ensure authenticity in the game's hacking systems, making CTOS not just a backdrop, but an integral gameplay element. Critics praised Watch Dogs 2 for its improved gameplay, dynamic open world, and a fresh, optimistic tone that contrasts with the darker vibe of the first game. Though some issues, like occasional technical glitches, were noted, these were later patched. Ultimately, Watch Dogs 2 offers a refreshing twist on the open world formula by integrating hacking as a core mechanic, setting it apart from typical GTA-like experiences. Mafia 2, 2010. Mafia 2 is a cinematic, open-world gangster saga that diverged from typical GTA clones by diving deep into a richly detailed historical setting. Developed by 2K Czech, the game emerged from the ambition to craft an authentic, narrative-driven experience set in post-World War II America. You assume the role of Vito Scaletta, a war veteran whose struggle to rebuild his life draws him into the dark world of organized crime in a meticulously recreated mid-20th century city. What makes Mafia 2 special is its dedication to authenticity and storytelling. The game boasts period-accurate graphics that immerse you in the gritty, neon-soaked streets, vintage cars, and authentic interiors, all echoing the era's style. Its narrative unfolds like a classic gangster film, blending personal drama with the broader tapestry of American crime history. While its open-world mechanics, driving, shooting, and exploration, share similarities with GTA, Mafia 2 emphasizes a structured, story-focused experience rather than the free-form chaos typical of its contemporaries. Cinematic cutscenes, deep character development, and an atmosphere steeped in nostalgia set Mafia 2 apart. It's not just about the sandbox. It's about experiencing a tragic, well-crafted tale of ambition, loyalty, and betrayal. This blend of historical immersion, compelling narrative, and polished gameplay gives Mafia 2 a distinctive identity, making it a must-play title among GTA-inspired games.
Wrong. And the way you left me was wrong. Now, I hate to judge, but as it turns out, it's you or me. The way I see it, might as well be you.
We thought you was dead, brother.
Red Dead Redemption 2010. This game is Rockstar's epic take on the open world, set in the dying days of the American frontier. Developed by Rockstar San Diego, the game was born from a desire to capture the essence of the Old West, its rugged landscapes, fading legends, and complex morality. You step into the boots of John Marston, a former outlaw coerced by government agents to hunt down his old gang in exchange for his family's freedom. The narrative unfolds like a classic Western film, rich with themes of redemption, sacrifice, and the inevitable end of an era. Gameplay combines fluid horseback riding, tense duels, and visceral gunfights with a living world full of dynamic weather, realistic NPCs, and random encounters that deepen the immersion. While sharing Rockstar's signature open-world design found in GTA, Red Dead Redemption stands apart with its historical setting, deliberate pace, and attention to the minutiae of frontier life, like maintaining your horse and exploring remote settlements. Graphically, the game set new benchmarks with expansive vistas, detailed towns, and atmospheric effects that bring the rugged wilderness to life. Its blend of cinematic storytelling, grounded gameplay, and a distinct Western ambiance makes it not only a standout among Rockstar titles, but also a timeless classic in its own right. Mafia 2002. In an era defined by prohibition and ruthless mob rule, a haunting saga of loyalty and betrayal emerges from the shadows. Mafia tells the story of Tommy Angelo, an ordinary taxi driver whose life is forever altered when fate plunges him into the dangerous, seductive world of organized crime. Set in the fictional 1930s city of Lost Heaven, a love letter to Depression-era Chicago and New York, the game's story is a Shakespearean rise and fall tale of loyalty, betrayal, trauma and moral decay told through Tommy's confessional diner monologues. Every mission in this game unfolds like a meticulously directed film noir, blending high-octane shootouts, tense chases, and moments of quiet introspection into a narrative that is both gritty and emotionally compelling. With gameplay that emphasizes both action and stealth, Mafia invites players to navigate a labyrinth of moral dilemmas and brutal power struggles, where every decision can lead to redemption or ruin. Its cinematic storytelling and attention to historical detail redefined the gangster genre, making Mafia a timeless classic that continues to resonate with fans of immersive, narrative-driven experiences. The Godfather 2006. The Godfather 2006 is an action-adventure video game developed by EA Redwood Shores and published by Electronic Arts, released across multiple platforms, including PlayStation 2, Windows, Xbox, PlayStation Portable, Xbox 360, Wii, and PlayStation 3. The game immerses players in the intricate world of the Corleone family's rise to power. Players assume the role of Aldo Trapani, a character who becomes deeply involved with the Corleone family, navigating the complexities of organized crime in 1940s New York City. The narrative intertwines with key events from the original film, offering a unique perspective on the storyline. Notably, the game features voice acting from original cast members, including James Caan as Sonny Corleone and Robert Duvall as Tom Hagen. The gameplay emphasizes open-world exploration, allowing players to engage in various activities such as extorting businesses, engaging in combat, and participating in missions that advance the storyline. A significant feature is the Black Hand control system, which enables players to utilize tactics like intimidation and negotiation to assert dominance over rival families. Despite some criticisms regarding its divergence from director Francis Ford Coppola's original vision, The Godfather received generally favorable reviews across most systems. The PlayStation Portable version, however, was often viewed as inferior to its counterparts. Commercially, the game was successful, selling over 2 million units.
I can see the light.
True Crime Streets of LA 2003. In the early 2000s, when the open-world genre was dominated by titles like Grand Theft Auto 3, True Crime Streets of LA emerged as a breath of fresh air, offering a distinctive twist by placing players in the role of a police officer navigating the complex underworld of Los Angeles. One of the most striking features of True Crime is its expansive representation of Los Angeles. The game boasts a map covering approximately 240 square miles, capturing the city's diverse neighborhoods and landmarks. This scale is notably larger than that of Grand Theft Auto V's depiction of Los Santos, highlighting the game's commitment to delivering a vast and varied urban environment. While both True Crime and the GTA series share elements like free-roaming exploration, vehicular travel, and mission-based progression, True Crime differentiates itself through several key mechanics. Players embody Nick Kang, an elite LAPD officer, engaging in missions that often involve upholding the law, such as solving crimes and apprehending criminals. This law enforcement perspective contrasts with the often criminal-centric narratives of GTA games. The game also introduces a special police good, police bad system, where player actions influence their moral standing. This system affects narrative outcomes and character interactions, adding a layer of depth to the gameplay. Additionally, True Crime offers a variety of mission types, including shooting, hand-to-hand combat, stealth operations, and driving sequences, providing a diverse gameplay experience. In essence, True Crime Streets of LA stands as a noteworthy entry in the open-world genre, offering players a fresh perspective and a range of features that distinguish it from its peers.
I gotta...
Saints Row 2006. Released in 2006 by Volition and published by THQ, Saints Row was developed as a direct competitor to Rockstar's Grand Theft Auto series, particularly targeting the success of GTA San Andreas. It aimed to deliver a similar open-world experience while carving out its own identity through a focus on gang warfare and player-driven chaos. The game is set in Stillwater, a fictional city embroiled in gang wars among three factions: the Vice Kings, Gangs, West Side Rollers, and Los Carnales. The player assumes the role of a silent protagonist who joins the 3rd Street Saints, led by Julius Little, to take down rival gangs and seize control of the city. The narrative unfolds through missions that involve sabotage, assassinations, and alliances with other factions. Saints Row offers an open-world experience filled with activities like hijacking, street racing, and store robberies. Unlike GTA, it emphasizes gang loyalty and teamwork rather than individual criminal exploits. Activities such as mayhem missions encourage destruction, while police presence is less threatening compared to GTA. For its time, Saints Row boasted impressive lighting and clothing physics that added realism to cutscenes and gameplay. While not groundbreaking, it provided a polished visual experience compared to other games of its era. The game shares core mechanics with GTA, including open-world exploration, driving, shooting, and mission-based progression. However, it leaned heavily into gang culture with fantastical elements, rather than the gritty realism seen in GTA. Watch Dogs 2014. Watch Dogs was Ubisoft's ambitious attempt to redefine the open-world genre by introducing hacking as a core gameplay mechanic. Set in a fictionalized version of Chicago, the game follows Aiden Pierce, a skilled hacker turned vigilante who is driven by revenge after his niece is killed in an assassination attempt. Armed with his smartphone and unparalleled hacking abilities, Aiden takes on the city's Central Operating System, CTOS, a network controlling everything from traffic lights to surveillance cameras to hunt down those responsible for his loss. The gameplay blends traditional open-world elements like driving, shooting, and stealth with innovative hacking mechanics. Players can manipulate the environment by hacking streetlights to cause accidents, disabling security systems, or spying on NPCs through their phones and cameras. This eccentric feature creates endless possibilities for improvisation during missions, making Watch Dogs feel distinct from other games in the genre. While some critics found the mission structure repetitive, the thrill of infiltrating compounds without being seen or escaping police chases using hacked obstacles added layers of excitement. Visually, Watch Dogs stood out for its detailed world and lifelike NPC behavior. The city feels alive, with pedestrians arguing on phones or reacting realistically to player actions. Though criticized for its driving physics and occasional technical hiccups at launch, its graphics have aged well and still hold up impressively. What truly sets Watch Dogs apart from GTA-style games is its focus on technology and morality. Aiden's vigilante role forces players to consider their actions. Helping civilians earns trust, while reckless behavior leads to consequences like increased police attention.
Come on, fucker! You want more? Okay!
Scarface, The World Is Yours, 2006. This game is a fascinating what-if take on the iconic film, imagining a world where Tony Montana survives the climactic mansion shootout. Developed by Radical Entertainment, the game picks up right after the movie's ending, with Tony escaping alive but losing everything. From there, it's up to the player to rebuild his empire, reclaim territories, and exact revenge on those who betrayed him. This setup immediately sets it apart from other movie-based games by expanding the story rather than simply retelling it. The gameplay is heavily inspired by Grand Theft Auto, but it introduces several unique mechanics that make it stand out. Players can buy properties, turn them into drug fronts, manage warehouses, hire goons, and launder money, all through an intuitive phone menu system. Building Tony's empire feels incredibly rewarding as you climb from street-level deals to high-stakes drug runs. Combat is another highlight, with a lock-on shooting system and the balls meter. Performing bold actions like taunting enemies or targeting specific body parts fills this meter, allowing players to unleash rage mode, a first-person frenzy with unlimited ammo and health regeneration. Visually, Scarface impressed for its time, with detailed environments and animations that brought Tony's fiery personality to life. The voice acting is stellar, capturing Tony's charisma perfectly, while the soundtrack blends 80s hits with island-inspired tracks. Though some criticized its repetitive mission structure and odd street layouts, the game's focus on delivering a true criminal kingpin fantasy makes it unforgettable. What truly sets Scarface apart from GTA is its dedication to making players feel like Tony Montana himself, not just another generic drug lord. From his signature insults to the empire-building mechanics, every aspect of the game ties back to his larger-than-life persona.
222, I'm in Chinatown. It's going on. I need some backup. Or a C222, all units to the area.
Getaway, 2002. Imagine stepping into the gritty underworld of London, where every corner feels like a scene from a Guy Ritchie film. That's the immersive experience The Getaway offers, a game that dared to push boundaries on the PlayStation 2 back in 2002. With its cinematic storytelling and hyper-realistic recreation of London, it wasn't just another GTA clone, it was an ambitious attempt to redefine the open-world crime genre. The story follows Mark Hammond, an ex-gangster framed for his wife's murder and forced into dangerous missions by crime boss Charlie Jolson to save his kidnapped son. Later, players switch perspectives to Frank Carter, a vigilante cop determined to bring Jolson down. Unlike GTA, which thrives on open-world freedom, The Getaway is more linear, focusing on tightly scripted missions and a gripping narrative. This makes it feel less like sandbox chaos and more like an interactive crime thriller. What sets The Getaway apart is its commitment to realism. There's no HUD cluttering the screen. Instead, car turn signals guide you to your destination, a brilliant touch that enhances immersion. The game also features licensed vehicles and seamlessly blends driving with third-person shooting mechanics. While its controls and camera angles can feel clunky at times, the raw intensity of its missions keeps players hooked. For fans of crime dramas and atmospheric storytelling, The Getaway stands out as an unparalleled experience worth revisiting. It's not perfect, but it delivers a cinematic journey that few games have matched, even today.
There's Diaz. Fire at will, Agent.
Crackdown, 2007. Crackdown is what happens when you take the open-world chaos of GTA and inject it with superhero-like abilities. Released in 2007 for the Xbox 360, this game lets you play as a genetically enhanced agent tasked with taking down 3 criminal organizations in the sprawling, neon-lit Pacific City. While its premise, a cop cleaning up a crime-ridden city, might sound familiar, Crackdown flips the script by making you feel like a superhuman force of destruction. Unlike GTA, which thrives on storytelling and grounded realism, Crackdown is all about pure, unadulterated fun. The game encourages exploration and experimentation, with its vertical gameplay being a standout feature. You're not just confined to streets, you're leaping across rooftops, scaling skyscrapers, and hunting glowing orbs that enhance your agility, strength, and other skills. By the end game, you're tossing cars at enemies and jumping from building to building like a futuristic Captain America. What makes Crackdown truly special is its simplicity. There's no intricate plot or deep world building, just a city full of gang bosses waiting to be taken down in any order you choose. Add in co-op gameplay, where you can team up with a friend to wreak havoc together, and it becomes even more enjoyable. For anyone who loves the chaos of GTA but wants to feel like a superhero while doing it, Crackdown is an absolute must-play. Just Cause, 2006. If you've ever wondered what it would be like to overthrow a dictator while pulling off insane stunts in a tropical paradise, Just Cause is the game for you. Released in 2006, this open-world action-adventure by Avalanche Studios puts players in the shoes of Rico Rodriguez, a suave operative for the agency, tasked with toppling the corrupt regime of President Salvador Mendoza on the Caribbean island of San Espirito. While GTA focuses on urban crime and grounded storytelling, Just Cause takes a more bombastic approach, offering a playground of chaos where explosions and high-flying antics reign supreme. The game's standout feature is its sheer scale, with a map spanning over 1,000 square kilometers. Just Cause gives players the freedom to explore lush jungles, sprawling cities, and pristine beaches. Rico's toolkit includes parachutes, grappling hooks, and an arsenal of vehicles ranging from cars to helicopters, enabling players to perform jaw-dropping stunts like skydiving onto moving planes or parasailing behind speeding boats. This emphasis on verticality and mobility sets it apart from GTA's more grounded mechanics. What makes Just Cause worth playing is its unapologetic embrace of chaos. Liberating villages, battling mercenaries, and taking down cartels are all part of the fun, but it's the freedom to experiment with wild stunts that keeps players hooked. The Simpsons, Hit and Run, 2003. The Simpsons, Hit and Run is often affectionately referred to as GTA for kids, and for good reason. Released in 2003, this game lets players explore a vibrant, cel-shaded Springfield as their favorite characters from the show, including Homer, Bart, Lisa, Marge, and Apu. The gameplay is a mix of driving missions and on-foot exploration, with a focus on timed quests and racing against other characters. While it shares similarities with GTA in its open-world driving and mission structure, Hit and Run is more family-friendly and filled with humor and references to the show. What makes this game special is its ability to capture the charm of The Simpsons. The voice acting, jokes, and Easter eggs are all spot on, making it feel like an interactive episode of the show. However, the mission design can be repetitive, and some levels are notoriously difficult. Despite these flaws, Hit and Run remains a beloved classic among fans, and its quirky blend of humor and gameplay makes it a standout in the world of licensed games. For anyone looking for a lighthearted alternative to the gritty realism of GTA, The Simpsons Hit and Run is a fun and nostalgic choice. Its charm and humor ensure that even non-fans can enjoy the experience, though it's especially delightful for those who love the show. Driver, Parallel Lines, 2006. Driver, Parallel Lines took the open-world formula and added a unique twist with its dual-era storytelling. Set in New York City, the game spans two distinct periods, 1978 and 2006, offering players a chance to experience the city's evolution through both its aesthetic and gameplay styles. You play as TK, a young getaway driver who starts off working for a gang, but is betrayed and framed for murder. After spending 28 years in prison, TK emerges in 2006, seeking revenge on those who wronged him. This time-jumping narrative adds depth and keeps the story engaging, especially with the visual filters representing each era, warm yellows for the 70s and cool blues for the 2000s. While Driver, Parallel Lines borrows heavily from GTA with its open-world exploration, driving mechanics, and on-foot combat, it focuses more on driving precision than sandbox chaos. The game's car physics are highly praised, making chases feel thrilling and rewarding. Vehicle customization adds another layer of fun, letting players upgrade their rides to suit their style. However, the gunplay feels clunky compared to GTA, and some missions lean too heavily on shooting rather than driving. What makes this game stand out is its polished atmosphere and attention to detail. The era transitions are seamless. The licensed soundtrack perfectly captures each period's vibe, and the felony system adds a strategic element to escaping police attention. For fans of story-driven open-world games with a focus on driving, Driver Parallel Lines offers a refreshing alternative to GTA clones. Wheelman, 2009. What happens when you mix high-octane driving, explosive action, and Vin Diesel's unmistakable charisma? You get Wheelman, an underrated gem from 2009 that brings blockbuster movie energy to the gaming world. Set in a destructible, open-world version of Barcelona, the game puts players in the role of Milo Burick, a skilled driver and undercover agent caught in a gang war. While the premise might sound like your typical GTA-style crime drama, Wheelman cranks things up with its focus on vehicular combat and cinematic flair. The driving mechanics are the heart of the game, and they're nothing short of exhilarating. With features like Vehicle Melee, you can ram cars off the road with satisfying precision, while the Air Jack ability lets Milo leap between moving vehicles mid-chase, a stunt that feels straight out of an action movie. The game also introduces Focus Mode, slowing down time for pinpoint targeting during high-speed chaos. These mechanics make every chase feel dynamic and thrilling, setting it apart from GTA's more grounded driving sequences. While there are on-foot missions and shootouts, it's clear the developers prioritize the driving experience. The storyline is serviceable but lacks depth compared to GTA. However, for fans of adrenaline-fueled action, Wheelman delivers pure fun. The Saboteur, 2009. The Saboteur, 2009 is an open-world game set in Nazi-occupied Paris during World War II. You play as Sean Devlin, an Irish race car driver turned saboteur, driven by a personal vendetta against a high-ranking Nazi officer. The game combines elements of GTA, Assassin's Creed, and Mafia, offering an eccentric blend of parkour, stealth, and explosive action. Sean can climb buildings, use zip lines to traverse rooftops, and sabotage key Nazi targets, all while navigating the occupied city. What makes The Saboteur stand out is its visual presentation. Initially, the game world is rendered in black and white, symbolizing the Nazi occupation, with only red accents like Nazi banners and blood standing out. As Sean liberates areas, color returns, symbolizing hope and freedom. This mechanic is both visually striking and emotionally impactful. While the game has its technical shortcomings, such as clunky combat and poor stealth mechanics, its atmosphere and setting make it memorable. Compared to GTA, The Saboteur focuses more on historical context and personal revenge rather than open-world chaos. Its unique setting and visual gimmick make it a compelling choice for those interested in a historical, open-world experience with a twist. Despite its flaws, the game's charm and personality make it an underrated gem worth exploring. Gun, 2005. Released in 2005 by Neversoft, this Western-themed action-adventure game puts players in the boots of Colton White, a gunslinger seeking vengeance after his father is murdered. The story, penned by Hollywood screenwriter Randall Johnson, is a gripping tale of betrayal, revenge, and uncovering secrets about Colton's past. While the narrative is linear compared to GTA's sprawling sandbox, it packs plenty of cinematic flair and memorable moments. The gameplay blends open-world exploration with intense combat. Players can roam the rugged landscapes of 1880s America, taking on side missions like bounty hunting, poker games, and cattle herding. The combat system is robust, featuring horseback shootouts, melee weapons like Bowie knives and tomahawks, and the quick draw mechanic, a slow motion mode for precision shooting. While GTA focuses on urban mayhem, Gun immerses players in frontier justice, offering a distinctive mix of freedom and focused storytelling. What sets Gun apart is its atmosphere. The detailed environments and dynamic encounters, whether battling bandits or hunting rare animals, make the world feel alive. It's not as expansive or polished as modern Western games like Red Dead Redemption, but its fast-paced action and gritty tone make it a hidden gem. Total Overdose, 2005. Released in 2005, this third-person shooter by Deadline Games throws you into the shoes of Ramiro Cruz, a rogue criminal tasked with infiltrating Mexico's cartel underworld to avenge his father and brother. The story is packed with revenge, explosions, and enough humor to make it feel like a Robert Rodriguez movie come to life. The gameplay is where Total Overdose truly shines. Imagine GTA's open-world freedom combined with Max Payne's stylish gunplay. You're diving off walls, spinning through midair and chaining loco moves, ridiculously fun special attacks like dual guitar machine guns or tornado spins to rack up insane combos. The vibrant Mexican setting adds flavor with colorful towns, cartel hideouts, and a killer soundtrack blending Chicano rap and mariachi vibes. Every mission feels like an action movie scene, whether you're blowing up enemy convoys or wreaking havoc in cartel strongholds. What sets Total Overdose apart from GTA is its unapologetic absurdity. It doesn't aim for realism, it aims for fun, and it delivers. Retro City Rampage, 2012. Retro City Rampage is a love letter to gaming's golden age, wrapped in the chaotic open-world fun of GTA. Released in 2012 by V-Blank Entertainment, this indie marvel takes everything you love about classic NES-style games and fuses it with the sandbox freedom of modern titles. From the moment you start playing, it's clear this isn't just a game. It's a celebration of gaming history, packed with clever nods to pop culture and retro aesthetics. You step into the shoes of the player, a criminal causing mayhem in a sprawling pixelated city. The gameplay mirrors early GTA titles with its top-down perspective, but it adds absurd twists that keep things fresh. Whether you're stealing cars, gunning down enemies with an NES zapper, or driving a parody of the DeLorean from Back to the Future, every mission feels like an unpredictable joyride. The game constantly surprises you with its variety, including side-scrolling segments and arcade-style minigames. What makes Retro City Rampage stand out out is its humor and attention to detail. Every corner of its world is packed with Easter eggs and references that gamers will love. Shakedown Hawaii, 2019. Shakedown Hawaii is the spiritual successor to Retro City Rampage, blending open-world crime with a satirical take on capitalism. Released in 2019, it follows a trio of characters as they rebuild a business empire through questionable means in a vibrant, 16-bit Hawaiian setting. The game combines elements of GTA with a twist. It's part open-world crime game, part clicker game. Players buy properties, apply multipliers to increase revenue, and watch their wealth grow exponentially. While the gameplay is fun and breezy, with over 100 short missions that range from shootouts to industrial espionage, it lacks depth. The property management system, which lets you buy and upgrade businesses, becomes overly simplistic as wealth accumulates rapidly. The game's satire is blunt but entertaining, poking fun at modern annoyances like expensive printer cartridges and telemarketing. Compared to GTA, Shakedown Hawaii is more lighthearted and focused on economic satire rather than gritty realism. It's a game that's easy to pick up and play casually, offering a relaxing experience with its colorful graphics and humorous tone. However, it doesn't leave a lasting impression once you're done. If you're looking for a fun, laid-back open-world experience with a dash of satire, Shakedown Hawaii is worth checking out. Gangstar Crime City 2006. This was one of the first mobile games that dared to bring open-world chaos to the palm of your hand back in 2006. At a time when mobile gaming was still finding its footing, Gameloft delivered a title that felt like a pocket-sized GTA, giving players a taste of crime-filled mayhem on devices that could barely handle Snake. And yet, it worked, and it was glorious. Set in a thriving city inspired by Los Angeles and Miami, the game puts you in the shoes of an ambitious criminal looking to climb the ranks. From stealing cars and gunning down rivals to running businesses like restaurants and record labels, Gangstar packed a surprising amount of variety for its time. The top-down perspective gave it a retro vibe, while the colorful graphics and cheeky dialogue added charm to the chaos. Sure, the gameplay wasn't as deep or polished as GTA, but for mobile gaming in 2006, it was groundbreaking. What makes Gangster Crime City special is its ambition. It didn't just mimic GTA, it adapted it for mobile in a way that felt fresh and fun. If you're nostalgic for early mobile games or curious about how open-world crime games made their way onto phones, this cult classic is worth revisiting. 25 to Life 2006. This game was supposed to be the ultimate cops and robbers experience, but what it delivered was a muddled third-person shooter that struggled to stand out in the crowded gaming scene of 2006. Developed by Avalanche Software and Ritual Entertainment, the game lets players step into both sides of the law, playing as Freeze, a gangster trying to escape his criminal life for his family, and Lester Williams, a cop battling organized crime in the fictional city of Las Ruinas. The premise had potential, but the execution left much to be desired. The gameplay is straightforward: shootouts, cover mechanics, and linear missions that alternate between Freeze's attempts to escape his gang and Lester's pursuit of justice. While GTA offers open-world freedom and dynamic storytelling, 25 to Life feels restrictive and uninspired. The single-player campaign is plagued by repetitive level design, poor AI, and clunky controls. However, the multiplayer mode, allowing up to 16 players in team-based modes like Deathmatch, was a bright spot, offering decent fun with cops versus thugs scenarios. What sets this game apart isn't its quality, but its ambition. It tried to bring urban crime drama into a structured shooter format, but fell short due to lackluster mechanics and forgettable storytelling. If you're curious about mid-2000s gaming trends, or enjoy niche multiplayer experiences, 25 to Life might still be worth a glance, but don't expect it to rival GTA. American Fugitive 2019. Imagine a world where crime is your only path to redemption and the sun-soaked streets of a tropical paradise are your playground. That's the vibe American Fugitive brings to the table. Released in 2019 by Fallen Tree Games, this indie gem takes the classic top-down open-world formula of early GTA games and injects it with modern flair and a gripping story. You play as Will Riley, a man wrongfully accused of his father's murder, who escapes prison to hunt down the real killer killer while navigating the criminal underbelly of 1980s Red Rock County. The gameplay is a delightful mix of chaos and strategy. You'll steal cars, rob houses, evade cops, and complete missions, all while exploring a lively rural setting that feels alive with detail. The game's unique twist is its burglary system. Breaking into buildings to loot valuables adds an extra layer of tension and strategy. While the driving mechanics are smooth and satisfying, the shooting can feel slightly clunky due to faint aiming lines. What sets American Fugitive apart is its nostalgic charm paired with modern polish. The story is engaging, filled with twists and humor, and the world is bursting with character. If you're a fan of old-school GTA or just love open-world games with heart, this one's worth your time. Payback, 2001. This game is the quintessential GTA clone that brought open-world crime to platforms like the Amiga, Game Boy Advance, and iOS. Developed by Apex Designs, this game took the formula of 2D-era Grand Theft Auto and added its own flair, delivering a criminal sandbox experience that was ambitious for its time. With 4 sprawling cities totaling 100 square kilometers, Payback offered players a chance to wreak havoc through carjackings, shootings, and high-speed chases. The gameplay is pure chaos. Missions are triggered by answering phone boxes scattered across the city, a nod to early GTA mechanics, and involve tasks like assassinations, robberies, and vehicular mayhem. The game's non-linear structure lets your choices impact later missions, adding replayability. Vehicles range from trucks and buses to boats, each with distinct handling characteristics. The addition of a map editor allows players to create custom levels, further extending its appeal. What sets Payback apart is its technical polish for the era. Perspective-corrected 3D graphics with realistic shadows and weather effects give the cities a dynamic feel. Its aggressive rap rock soundtrack complements the gritty atmosphere perfectly. Sunset Overdrive, 2014. Imagine stepping into a world where the boundaries between reality and fantasy blur, and the rules of engagement are constantly rewritten. Welcome to Sunset Overdrive, a game that embodies this spirit of creative chaos. Released in 2014 by Insomniac Games, it's an open-world action-adventure that turns the traditional shooter genre on its head. Instead of brooding seriousness, Sunset Overdrive offers a vibrant punk rock-infused experience set in a dystopian sunset city, overrun by mutants known as ODs, overcharged drinkers. In this game, you're not just fighting for survival, you're performing an acrobatic dance across the city. You'll grind on rails, bounce off cars, and zipline through the air while unleashing a barrage of inventive weapons like exploding teddy bears and vinyl record launchers. The combat and traversal are seamlessly intertwined, making every encounter feel dynamic and exhilarating. What sets Sunset Overdrive apart is its humor and style. It doesn't take itself seriously, and that's its charm. The game is full of pop culture references and fourth wall-breaking dialogue, keeping the experience lighthearted and fun. While the story might not be its strongest aspect, the sheer joy of moving through the world and experimenting with its creative mechanics makes it a standout experience. Marvelous verdict. Grand Theft Auto wasn't just a game, it was a revolution. Its groundbreaking open-world formula sparked a wave of imitators, each trying to capture its magic while pushing the genre in new directions. From the chaotic humor of The Simpsons Hit and Run to the stylish absurdity of Total Overdose, these games didn't just copy GTA, they redefined it, adding their own unique twists to create unforgettable experiences. Each title brought something fresh to the table, proving that imitation can lead to innovation. So, have you played any of these GTA-inspired gems? If yes, which one is your favorite? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to our channel for more gaming content.